Welcome. Today, we are looking at wholesale trade. This is a key topic in your commerce exams for SS1. Pay close attention. Let us begin. First, let me explain the meaning of wholesale trade. Wholesale trade is the buying of goods in large quantities from manufacturers and selling in smaller quantities to retailers. Wholesalers are intermediaries between producers and retailers. They do not sell to final consumers. They sell to businesses that will resell the goods. Wholesalers are an important part of the distribution chain. They help to move goods from factories to shops. They perform functions that neither manufacturers nor retailers can do efficiently. Wholesale trade is sometimes called bulk breaking. Wholesalers buy in large volumes. They break down the bulk into smaller units. They sell these smaller units to retailers. Retailers then sell to consumers. Wholesale trade is essential for the smooth flow of goods in the economy. Without wholesalers, manufacturers would have to sell directly to thousands of small retailers. This would be inefficient and costly. Wholesalers specialize in distribution. They make the entire system work more efficiently. Now let me explain the functions of wholesale trade. Wholesalers perform several important functions. First, they buy in bulk. Wholesalers purchase large quantities from manufacturers. This allows manufacturers to produce in large volumes. Mass production reduces costs. Manufacturers do not have to find many small buyers. They sell to a few large wholesalers. This saves time and money. Second, they store goods. Wholesalers keep goods in warehouses. They release goods when retailers need them. This creates time utility. Goods are available even when manufacturers are not producing. Third, they break bulk. Wholesalers buy in large quantities. They sell in smaller quantities that retailers can handle. A retailer may not have space for a truckload of goods. A wholesaler sells them a carton or a few cartons. Fourth, they transport goods. Wholesalers arrange for the movement of goods from factories to their warehouses. They also transport goods from warehouses to retailers. This creates place utility. Goods are moved to where they are needed. Fifth, they provide finance. Wholesalers often give credit to retailers. Retailers may not have cash to pay immediately. Wholesalers allow them to pay later, usually within 30 to 90 days. This helps retailers manage their cash flow. Sixth, they bear risk. Wholesalers take ownership of goods. They bear the risk of damage, theft, spoilage, or price changes. If goods are damaged in the warehouse, the wholesaler suffers the loss. If prices fall, the wholesaler loses money. Seventh, they provide market information. Wholesalers are in close contact with both manufacturers and retailers. They know what is selling and what is not. They inform manufacturers about market trends, consumer preferences, and competitors' activities. They also inform retailers about new products and special offers. Eighth, they offer advice. Wholesalers help retailers with merchandising. They advise on product selection, pricing, display, and promotions. They may also train retail staff. Ninth, they grade and package goods. Some wholesalers grade products according to quality. They repackage bulk goods into smaller, consumer-friendly packages. 10th, they provide sales promotion. Wholesalers help manufacturers promote products to retailers. They may offer discounts, free goods, or sales contests. These 10 functions make wholesalers indispensable in the distribution chain. Now, let me explain the classification of wholesalers. Wholesalers can be classified into three main types: merchant wholesalers, agents and brokers, and manufacturer-owned wholesalers. Merchant wholesalers take title to the goods. They own the products they sell. They buy and sell on their own account. They bear the risk. They make profit from the difference between buying and selling prices. Merchant wholesalers are the most common type. They are further divided into full-service wholesalers and limited-service wholesalers. Full-service wholesalers provide a complete range of services. They store, deliver, provide credit, and offer advice. They are also called regular wholesalers. Limited service wholesalers provide fewer services. They may not offer credit. They may not deliver. They may not store goods. They sell at lower prices because their costs are lower. Examples of limited service wholesalers include cash and carry wholesalers, drop shippers, and truck wholesalers. Cash and carry wholesalers require retailers to pay cash and carry goods away themselves. Drop shippers take orders and arrange for the manufacturer to ship directly to the retailer. Truck wholesalers sell and deliver from their trucks. Agents and brokers do not take title to the goods. They do not own the products they sell. They act as intermediaries between buyers and sellers. They earn commissions on sales. They do not bear the risk of ownership. Agents represent either the buyer or the seller. Brokers bring buyers and sellers together. They do not have continuous relationships with either party. Agents and brokers specialize in certain products or markets. Examples include real estate agents, insurance brokers, and commodity brokers. Manufacturer-owned wholesalers are owned by manufacturers. They include sales branches and sales offices. Sales branches carry inventory. They sell directly to retailers. Sales offices do not carry inventory. They take orders and arrange for delivery from the factory. Manufacturer-owned wholesalers give the manufacturer more control over distribution. These three types of wholesalers serve different needs in different industries. Now let me explain the advantages of wholesale trade. Wholesalers benefit manufacturers, retailers, and consumers. To manufacturers, wholesalers provide a market for their products. Manufacturers can sell large quantities to a few wholesalers instead of many retailers. This reduces selling costs. Wholesalers also provide storage. Manufacturers do not have to build large warehouses. Wholesalers provide market information. Manufacturers learn about consumer preferences. Wholesalers also provide finance. They pay manufacturers promptly. This improves the manufacturer's cash flow. To retailers, wholesalers provide a convenient source of supply. Retailers can buy small quantities from wholesalers instead of buying large quantities from manufacturers. Wholesalers provide credit. Retailers can buy now and pay later. Wholesalers provide storage. Retailers do not need large backrooms. Wholesalers provide advice. They help retailers with merchandising and promotions. To consumers, wholesalers help to keep prices down. They reduce distribution costs. They make goods available in small quantities at convenient locations. Now let me explain the disadvantages of wholesale trade. Wholesalers also have some disadvantages. They add a layer of cost. Each wholesaler adds a markup to the price. This increases the final price paid by consumers. Wholesalers may slow down the distribution process. Goods may sit in warehouses for weeks or months. Wholesalers may not have up-to-date information about consumer preferences. They may stock products that do not sell. Wholesalers may not promote products effectively. They may not provide good service to retailers. Some manufacturers choose to bypass wholesalers. They sell directly to retailers or consumers. This is called disintermediation. Direct selling eliminates the wholesaler's markup. It can lead to lower prices. However, it also means the manufacturer must perform wholesaling functions itself. Many manufacturers use a combination of direct selling and wholesalers, depending on the product and market. Now, let me explain the factors that affect the choice of distribution channel. Manufacturers decide whether to use wholesalers or sell directly. Several factors influence this decision. The nature of the product matters. Perishable products like fresh vegetables are often sold directly to retailers. They cannot stay in a warehouse for long. Bulky products like furniture may also be sold directly. The cost of storage and transport is high. The size of the market matters. If the market is large and spread out, wholesalers are useful. They can reach many retailers efficiently. The number of buyers matters. If there are many small retailers, wholesalers are useful. They can serve many customers. The manufacturer's resources matter. If the manufacturer has enough money and staff, it may set up its own distribution network. If resources are limited, it may use wholesalers. The frequency of purchase also matters. Frequently purchased products, like groceries, are often distributed through wholesalers. Expensive, infrequently purchased products like cars are often sold directly. A common exam question asks you to define wholesale trade and explain its functions. Here is a sample answer. Wholesale trade is the buying of goods in large quantities from manufacturers and selling in smaller quantities to retailers. The functions of wholesale trade include buying in bulk, storing goods, breaking bulk, transporting goods, providing finance, bearing risk, providing market information, offering advice, grading and packaging, and providing sales promotion. Wholesalers are intermediaries between producers and retailers. Another exam question asks you to classify wholesalers. Here is your answer. Wholesalers are classified into three main types. Merchant wholesalers take title to the goods. They own the products they sell. Agents and brokers do not take title. They earn commissions. Manufacturer-owned wholesalers are owned by manufacturers. They include sales branches and sales offices. Merchant wholesalers are further divided into full-service and limited-service wholesalers. Another exam question asks you to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of wholesale trade. Here is your answer. The advantages include a market for manufacturers, storage, market information, finance, convenient supply for retailers, credit, advice, and lower prices for consumers. The disadvantages include added cost, slower distribution, outdated information, poor promotion, and the possibility of disintermediation. Despite these disadvantages, wholesalers remain important in many industries. Let me give you a quick summary. Wholesale trade is buying in bulk from manufacturers and selling to retailers. Wholesalers perform many functions, including storage, transport, finance, and risk-bearing. Wholesalers are classified as merchant wholesalers, agents and brokers, and manufacturer-owned wholesalers. Wholesale trade has advantages and disadvantages. Keep reviewing, keep practicing. See you in the next topic.